This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through this 2021 Starcraft Super Lite model 212 FB. Alright, so as you can see, you've got a power awning with a LED strip. Your steps fold into the trailer, and the legs on the steps are adjustable. You have scissor type stabilizer jacks, one on each corner. Power on the outside. That's your furnace vent. This is your range hood vent up here, so you want to pull the baffle inside here free, so it flaps freely when you're venting. And if you're not venting with your range hood fan, then you could just leave it shut. It's good to have it shut when you're traveling, or just when you're not using the fan. Okay, thank you. Just like there. Okay, we've installed most of the hitch for you. We'll explain that to you when you come to pick up your trailer. Okay, this blue sprayer hose here. Let's see where that. If you come way back here, you can use it right here. Just quick connects to here, and you can spray things off. All right. Two LP tanks. You got a power tongue jack, deep cycle marine battery. Alrighty. Docking light switch there. Let me see what we have here, if anything. This is just your dump hose, sewer cap, and that is an adapter to adapt your 30 amp cord down to a 20 amp so you can plug it in at home. Just remember, if you plug it in at home, the air conditioner draws about 28-30 amps, so if you're just plugged into a regular 15 or 20 amp circuit, it will eventually pop the circuit breaker if you run the air conditioning at home. Alright, so this is where you hook up your dump hose. Of course, it screws right on there. The other end goes into the dump station. Here you have valves. The one on the right is your black tank valve. The black tank is toilet water and waste. On the right, the one on the left is your gray tank, which is sink and shower water. So when you dump this, you always dump the black first, because it's dirtier water than the gray water. So the gray water is dirty water, but it is still cleaner than the black water, and you can just kind of flush out the hose and that sort of thing and get it a little cleaner. If you come back here, okay, so this right here is a black tank flush. So you can hook the hose up at the dump station, and the black tank has like a sprayer inside. So you turn it on, and it'll spray the inside of your black tank and clean it out even better. Just make sure you have the valve for the dump valve for the black tank in the open position. It tells you that right here. Okay. This is another place to hook up that sprayer that I showed you. This is your city water hookup here. And this is your selector valve to either hook up, or either to fill the onboard tank or just use regular city water. So you can do it both ways. It has an onboard water tank. Obviously, if you're at a campground that does not have plumbing on the campground, so you can pre-fill that tank, and you can use the onboard pump and still use all the plumbing just like you had city water hookup. Now, if you wanted to add a grill, there's a quick connect here also. Let me show you where I'm at on the trailer here. Okay, that right there is a quick connect for your LP. If you get a grill for it, it's basically a low pressure grill. It works on like 11-12 inches in the water column, so it's not a high pressure one. You definitely want to get the low. Alrighty, this is your water heater. Okay, so excuse me 1 second. So this switch right here, it says on and off. That controls the heating element that's behind this cover here. So in order to fill or use the water tank on electric, you want to flip that to on. It also runs on gas. The switch for that's on the inside. But you got to remember, you always want water in the tank before you turn it on, or else you'll burn out the heating element. So keep that in mind. You have a ladder, so you can go up on the roof very easily, and you can inspect the sealant on your roof. All the any place you see sealant or caulk or anything any attachments on the roof, you'll check to make sure there's no separation or cracking or anything. So you figure you go up every 90 days or so and check things out. It's very important, and as soon as you see an issue, or when you see an issue I should say, get it fixed immediately, okay? It's not a big job, it's very simple, but you got to inspect it to make sure that it's always good and tight. Also, this housing up here tells us this is pre-wired for a backup camera, so it's plug and play, so you can always add that. All right, well, let's go inside. Okay. All right. So first we'll get some light going here. There we go. Okay. This is for your power awning. Just extend and retract. Never leave the power awning out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, roll it in so the weather doesn't damage it. Your slide out is simple in and out. Just make sure there's nothing on the inside it's going to hit, or nothing on the outside that it can hit. This is your control panel. I told you your water heater will work on gas or electric. So light it on gas, you're going to go just like that. To run it on electric, you go like this. But remember, I showed you there's a second switch. The other one's in the lower left-hand corner of the water heater on the outside. So keep that in mind. There's two switches for this. Also, there's your water pump I told you about. You can check your battery, which is charged. Fresh water tank, which is empty. Black water tank is empty. Gray water tank is empty. As they fill up, it'll graduate up in 1/3 increments. So when you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping your tanks. Alrighty. Okay. Let's spin around here to the refrigerator. The refrigerator works on 110 AC, or it works on LP gas. It's very simple to operate. You're just going to push that's on and off, obviously. You push the mode button. That's automatic. See the A lit up there? Automatic electric. So what that means is, if this is the most common way to have it set. So let's say you're at the campground, it's running on electricity. You get up early in the morning, it's going to be a really hot day, and you take off for the day. As soon as it gets really hot, the campground power goes off. Well, when that happens, this refrigerator, if you're on A, which means automatic, it'll automatically sense that, and it'll light it on gas, so it'll switch over to gas operation so you don't spoil your food. So that's normally where you're going to have it, but you can select sources. That's just electric, that's just gas. Let's say you're pulling it down the road, you could set it like that, and that's auto. So you have three positions for that, and then of course all these are lit up, which means you have it turned up all the way, which is typically what you would do. Alright, this down here is your power converter. Let me see if I can get it to open up here. There we go. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Alright, so you can see you have regular household circuit breakers here, and they're labeled. So that's 110 AC. Then you would you have 12-volt fuses down here, which are labeled, and if they ever blow, they'll light up and you can see them through that perforation. So you have, this base is the power converter, and it converts AC to DC power. Okay. It'll also charge your battery. As long as you're plugged in, it'll keep your battery charged. Behind this panel, with two screws holding it shut, is the back of the water heater. Now the water heater has bypass valves on it. Right now it is bypassed, and it's in winterized mode, meaning there's antifreeze in the system. You bypass the water heater because you can't get antifreeze into the water heater tank, or it'll leave a really foul taste. So you bypass before you put any antifreeze in. So I just want you to know that it's in bypass right now. It's still winterized. All right. Okay. So the table, which is right here, will store down here. I know we're really close with this camera. I don't have the wide angle lens at this point, so bear with me please. But you can open that up and that table will fit right in there for traveling. Let me get it out of the way here. Okay. Alright, so the range, you just basically turn it to on, or flame, which means light. And if we have gas on, which I believe we do. But let me set the camera down real quick so I can use both my hands here. So I do not have it on. So the bottom line is you're going to turn this to on. You're going to spark it by turning it clockwise to light these. There's a pilot light down here, if you can see it all the way to the back there. You would turn this to the little picture of the flame, which means pilot in this case. Depress it, and then spark it to light it. Okay. Let's see here. So your TV works like any other TV, except for this one has a built-in radio, Bluetooth, that sort of thing. So you can use this to listen to the radio also, which is kind of unique. You're seeing that more and more. So, okay. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector right here. It should always be green like it is. If not, you want to get it serviced. You can self-test it by finding the switch. That's what it'll sound like. It'll go through 2 self-tests. There we go. One for LP gas, one for carbon monoxide, and then it'll go back to green. Right there. So, okay. This is your thermostat. You just select the mode. Right now it's on heat. So you just scroll through it with this pushing the mode. That's off, auto, cool auto, which is what you'll use. Always try to use auto instead of a high or low speed. Just let the appliance decide what it's going to use. But it's very self-explanatory. When they say fan, they're just talking about the air conditioner running without the compressor. It just circulates air. It doesn't cool it. Okay. All right. So you have some storage under here. Plus you have drawers on the side, which you can't see all that good from this side. But you can see there's drawers here. And then you have more storage there, which is good. You have a clothes hamper or a clothes chute, I guess you would call it. You can pull that panel up and drop things to the into the pass-through compartment up front, or you can pretty much use it for anything you want in that sense. I think typically people use it for dirty clothes, but okay. Alrighty, I think we've pretty much got it. Let me look around a bit. Of course, this jackknife's flat here, so this turns into a bed. Alright. And last but not least, the sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. You have a vent fan up here. The thing to remember, if you never had an RV toilet before, is there's a flush pedal right here. All right. So when you flush it down, that's just antifreeze coming out with the residual pressure because it's winterized. But directly down there is the black tank. So if you get to the campground, you hook up your water and your power, then you'll come inside and you'll just step on this pedal and hold it for a few minutes and let about a gallon or 2 of water fill the bottom of the black tank. You can't use this toilet dry, so you always have to have water in it. So one of the first things you do when you get to the campground and you're setting up is to step on that pedal and put a little water in the black tank below. Alright. Okay, I think that does it. Alright. Well, so thank you very much for purchasing your RV here at National RV Detroit. And please remember what I said about inspecting your roof. That's important to do every 90 days. If you don't want to do it yourself, have somebody else do it, but you want to keep after the seals. That's part of owning a trailer, so it's the most important maintenance thing you can do. So, okay, thank you very much.